Hello everybody. Today we will discuss about the design and implementation of the digital filters, and for this purpose we will use the FDA tool of the MATLAB, that is the filter design and analysis toolbox of the MATLAB. And before going to the discussion of the FDA tool, first of all, I would like to discuss here the basic concepts of the designing of any system. As we know, any system is nothing but this is a collection of the parts or the set of the objects and relationship among the objects viewed as a whole and designed to achieve a particular goal or the purpose or the target. And sometimes it is also known as a process that operates on the input signals in order to get the or in order to extract the desired output or the information. Sometimes there is a need of the feedback, or sometimes it is without feedback. And in order to introduce the effectiveness in the system, we have to here introduce a function that has the variables of the human skills, software and the hardware. And for first of all, after defining the system, from the requirements, we will derive the specification, that is the determination of the parameters, and then we will decide which type of the system has to be designed, whether it is the static or the dynamic. And static means without memory, that will be represented only with the help of the polynomials. And if it is the dynamic, then if we are selecting here the analog system, that will be described by the differential mathematical equations. And if it is the digital, that will be described by the difference equations. And here the difference equation may be represented something like in this manner. And presently we are moving to the design of the digital filters, so naturally we will focus on this type of the here the equation or the mathematical model, and it is also known as the ARMA model, that is the auto-regressive moving average model. And this section causes the feedback here or the auto-regression, and the second term is named as the moving average here. So after this, we have to decide on the depending upon the values of the AKs and VKs, whether this system is the linear time invariant or it is the adaptive. And if AKs, VKs are not changing their values, naturally that will be named as the LTI system. And if the AKs, VKs are changing their values with respect to time, then that system is named as the adaptive system or the stochastic system here. And after this decision, we have to think about what must be the response of this type of the system. If that is suitable only for the lower frequency, that is known as the low pass filter, higher frequency, higher pass filter. And if it is suitable only for a band of the frequency, then that is the band pass, and it stops or the rejects even particular band of the frequency, that is the band stop filter. So here we will decide whether this filter or the system is without feedback or the with feedback. If there is no feedback, that is known as the moving average or the FIR, finite impulse response filter, because after certain duration, after finite duration, we will get here the settled response if this type of the system is disturbed or excited by a particular impulse here. And in the another case, that is if there is a feedback like this type of the equation having both the terms, this is only responsible for the moving average, and this terms is responsible for the auto-regression here, then this will be known as the auto-regressive or the infinite impulse response filter. And after these here the decision, we have to select the approximation, which type of the approximation will be selected in order to define the transfer function of that particular type of the filter. And then on the basis of that transfer function, again we can quantize here the coefficients and then again we will find what is the response of the filter, and then we can compare the performance of this system. So this is the summary, which is a base in order to design any filter. Now we are moving to the toolbox that will be utilized here, and that is the MATLAB toolbox, FDA tool that will be utilized in order to design the FIR filter or the IIR filter, and this tool is known as the FDA tool. So in order to open the FDA tool, we have to write the FDA tool in the MATLAB command prompt of the MATLAB here. Then as we type this one, then filter design and analysis tool will be open. That is a dialog box, and it looks like something in this manner. It has the different section here. Now we can also see how it will be opened. See here, when we will write the FDA tool, and after writing the FDA tool in the this one here command prompt, we will get this dialog box here. Now if we see this dialog box, then we will find the first section is the what is the response type. That is, we have to select whether we are interested for the low pass filter, high pass filter, band pass filter, or the band stop filter, or the differentiator here. And suppose we are selected, we selected here the low pass filter, then in this category we can select this one, that is low pass, rest cosine, half band low pass, Nyquist, and inverse sync low pass. So suppose we have selected here the low pass filter has been selected here. Similarly, in the category of the high pass, we can select anyone, a high pass, half band high pass, or the inverse sync high pass. Suppose we have selected here here in place of the selecting high pass, first we will select here the low pass here. Now as we know, in the low pass, ideally the filter is it is a filter that passes all the filter so frequency component having the frequency from 0 to f pass, and after this one all the signals or the frequency components will be suddenly stopped here. This is the ideal characteristics of any low pass filter here. Now, after this selection, we have to move to select what is the type of the filter, whether there is a feedback or without feedback. As we have discussed, that the filter may be either the moving average type or that is the autoregressive type. Here we have selected this mathematical equation, and in this mathematical equation there are the two terms. One is this one, that is just having the positive sign, and the inputs, and this will be affected by the inputs, means this is function of the present input or the previous inputs, and it causes the moving average concept. And the second term is the base of the autoregression, and this causes the feedback and named as the IIR filter. If the second only, there is only second term here, and then what will happen after certain duration, we will get here the finite response after certain duration. That's why this is known as the FIR, finite impulse response. Means the system is subjected to the impulse, then after finite duration we will get here the settled response here. Again, coming to the FDA tool dialog box here, that is this one. See, so we have to select any one type of the design method, whether the IIR filter or the IIR, and then we have to select the here the approximation type. That is the what is the approximation type. For example, if we have selected the FIR filter, then there are so many approximation types like the equiripple, least squares, window, least squares constants, and the complex equiripple, maximally flat, least pth norm, and constant equiripple, generalized equiripple, constant, here the band equiripple, and then interpolated FIR and equiripple filter. Suppose we have selected here the equiripple FIR filter. So in the first step, we have to select, after opening the dialog box, first we have to select a particular response type depending upon the requirement and the situation. Then we have to select a particular design method, and accordingly we have to select the approximation. After that, we have to select here the other specifications like the order of the filter that will be decided from the pass band frequency, stop band frequency, what is the attenuation in the pass band, what is the attenuation in the stop band. So here we have to select the frequency filter specification. That is what is the pass band frequency here. Then what is the allowed range of the attenuation in the pass band, and this is known as the A pass. Sometimes it is known also known as the maximum attenuation in the pass band, because this is the maximum attenuation that is allowed in the pass band here. And similarly, we have to select the frequency S stop. What is the age frequency from where the stop band starts here, and then what is the minimum attenuation that is allowed in the stop band, that is the A stop, or the minimum attenuation in the stop band here. The total range of the frequency initially will be the fs by 2 in order to avoid the aliasing effect here. So the total range has to be represented from 0 to fs by 2. So now if we see this specification, then we will find we have to select the 5 parameters. What is the pass band frequency? What is the stop band frequency? What is the attenuation allowed in the pass band? That is the A pass. What is the attenuation allowed in the stop band? That is the A stop. And what was the sampling frequency here? So we will select these parameters. That is the frequency specification. And suppose we have selected the unit in hertz, and the sampling frequency is this one, pass band frequency is this one, and 9600. If stop band is frequency 12,000, and then we will select here the attenuation in dB. That is the unit is the dB as the magnitude specification. This is the frequency specification, and this is the magnitude specification. Among these 5 parameters, if we see, then there are the 3 parameters which are related to the frequency: pass band frequency, stop band frequency, and sampling frequency. That's why we in the frequency specification we have to select the here the sampling frequency, pass band frequency, stop band frequency. And in the magnitude specification domain, if we select again this domain here, then we will find there is a magnitude in the magnitude. What is the maximum allowed attenuation in the pass band? What is the maximum allowed minimum allowed attenuation in the stop band? That is the A stop. So we have to select these 2 parameters, A pass and A stop. Now, as we have selected here these values, these are not random, but we have to calculate these values from our requirements, as we have discussed in the first slide during the time of the introduction of the designing of the this concept here, that from the requirement first we will define the problem, then from the requirement we have to specify the parameter, that is after applying the practical approaches here. So whatever is the requirement, from those requirements we have to derive the parameters, and after the derivation of these parameters we will select these parameters and put them in the dialog box in order to design the filter. So here what we have done, first we have derived the specifications from the given requirement, then we have selected what is the response type, then what is the design method, and in order to select the filter or etc., first of all we have to define here the filter specification, that is what is the pass band frequency, stop band frequency, attenuation in the pass band, attenuation in the stop band, and what is the sampling frequency. Here we have selected the low pass filter, that's why we are selecting this type of the frequencies here. Otherwise, accordingly we have to select the other parameters. And then after this specification, we have to select the options. What must be the density factor? Suppose here we have selected the density factor as equal to 20 here. Now, in order to design the filter, yes, we have to select the design filter. When you will open this dialog box, then by default this will be the inactive. So in order to make it active here, whatever are the default values, these default value must be changed. Only then we can here enable the design filter. Now, in order to design the filter, we will enable this design filter. See here, when we say the design the filter, what is happening? It means we are interested in order to calculate the coefficient of the filter. So now the coefficients of the filter will be here calculated or the computed. So the computation of the coefficient of the filter takes place here. And now after this designing, we will see that the order of the filter is 50, and the structure, we can select the different types of the structure. That is from the direct equation, we can here describe the structure that is named as the direct form structure. And since we are interested in our FIR filter, finite impulse response filter, that's why the name is direct form FIR filter. Order is 50. Whether it is stable, yes, it is stable. Source, here we have selected the design source here. Now see, this is the magnitude response. Here we can analyze these responses using the different type of the analysis here. For example, in order to select the frequency response, we can select this one, frequency response. And then for the phase response, if we select the phase response, then we will get here the phase response of the design filter. And suppose we are interested for the magnitude and the phase response both, then we can select that one. And in the same plot, we will get here the magnitude and the phase response. And if we are interested for the group delay response of the system, just select the group delay response of the system. This will be the group delay response of the design filter here. Phase delay, this is the phase delay here. And similarly, we can select the impulse response of the filter. Means if this filter having the direct form FIR filter subjected to the impulse, then what will be the response? This will be the impulse response here. Similarly, if we are interested to now, we can see these responses in another here the window by using the filter visualization tools. For example, suppose we have selected this one, filter visualization tool. Then in the filter visualization tool, we will find this type of the response. This is the impulse response of the filter. Now from this filter visualization tool, we can select here the edit. We can edit this filter. We can copy the here the total figure, and copy options may be selected here. What must be the on the x-axis, what must be on the y-axis. Accordingly, we can select here on the copy here, and we can also here the access write the access properties, and here the current object property here. Now similarly, we can see here what is the step response. Now see, this is the step response. And if we are interested in order to get here the pole zero plot of that design filter, then we will get here the pole zero plot of this filter here. Now what is the filter which we have designed here? Now see, in the toolbox we have designed this one, the filter here, and we are using this one. Here the filter order is, this is the filter order, that is the 50, and it is a stable filter and direct form FIR filter. For that filter, we are interested here to see the pole zero plot of this one. Now suppose if we are interested in order to change the pole location of the poles and zeros, suppose we have selected 1 0 here. When we select this 0 here, by this one we can select what is the data value of this one. That is the real part of this 0 is this one, imaginary part of this one. So this is a complex conjugate 0 here, that the conjugate of this one is at this location here. Similarly, we can analyze other parameters here. What is the filter coefficients? Now we can see these are the filter coefficients. We will get here all the values of the filter coefficient with their sign. And then we can analyze other parameters like the filter information. What is the filter information which we have designed? The filter structure is the direct form of FIR filter. Filter length is 51. Please recall the order is the 50, but the filter length is 51 because it has the 51 tag. So here the length will be the whatever is the order plus 1. Stable, yes. Linear phase, yes. Type 1. And implementation cost, and cost always depends upon the complexity. Now see here what is the complexity of this filter. The number of the multipliers that is required is 50, number of the adders is 50, number of the states 50, and multiplication per input samples that is required 51, and additions per input samples is 50 here. So these are the description about the computational units and the number of the computation which are required in order to complete the one algorithm here having how many iterations. Now the magnitude response estimate, we can analyze this one. What is the magnitude response estimate here. Similarly, the other round of noise power spectrum of this filter, this can be also drawn here, and we can analyze this one. So by this and by selecting the overlay, we can select more than one responses in the same window here. Suppose this is the round of noise, as well as the second one is the magnitude here. Similarly, suppose we are interested again to overlay more here, say the phase response, the phase response will be added here. And if we are interested for the another one, that is the say, this is the phase delay, the phase delay will be also there. Here this is the phase delay, this one is the phase delay. And similarly, we can overlay analysis of the round of magnitude response. This is the magnitude response here. So these are the different types of the analysis that can be done after the designing here. We are again moving to the filter design FDA toolbox here. Now see, these are the different responses which different types of the analysis which are related to the different types of the responses here. And after this one, suppose we are interested in order to see the architecture of this filter, then how the architecture of this filter will be realized, means realization of the filter for the purpose of the realize. And one more thing, see here, this is the pole zero editor. We can enable the pole zero editor either by clicking here, or we can here the we can select the view, then we can edit, we can add the pole zero editor here. Now see this pole zero editor window and this one. Now if we select any one zero, for example, say this is the zero, that is the complex. So when we select this one, the another the pair of this one is also selected here. If we move now, what will happen to the impulse response? See the impulse response. This is the impulse response. We are trying to change the position of the zeros here. Now see the impulse response is changing accordingly. Okay, and when we change the location of these zeros, then impulse response changes. We can analyze the here the position of the zeros and poles. What will be the effect of the changing the location and poles of the zero here? Suppose we select here the poles. Pole is selected by the cross. Now see the effect towards the right side. Now if we move this one towards the right side, this is the effect here. 48 poles are at the origin here. Now see, we are interested for the magnitude, and see here the magnitude plot is there. And again, if we change the zero, location of the zero, then what is happening? Transition band, ripples in the pass band, ripples in the stop band, these are changing here. See, yeah, this is the, now see here the ripples is different. Ripples are in this manner here, but if we place this one at the inner circle here, then what will happen? We will get here the equiripple filter here. And at the same time, this is the transition band. See, this is the pass band is frequency, and this transition band is stop band is frequency here. So this will be named as the transition band in this one. Now, if we change the position, then what will happen? The ripples in the stop band increases here, and so this is the optimum way or the optimum path, and accordingly we can select here the location of the poles and zeros here. Another zero, suppose we select any another 0 here. This one, that is the real 0. No complex pair. We are changing this one and say we place here. Now see, this will be the response. The shape is changed, the response is changed. It must be the response of the low pass filter. But now here the low pass response is different type. They start from the 0 here, not from this point. It is starting from some level below, that is the near about 20 dB below from the 0 dB here. Now see, these are the effects of changing the poles and zeros. One more thing, suppose this is the pole 0 plot, okay, and now we are interested in order to get the realization, means what will be the architecture of our design filter. For that purpose, we have to select this one, this button here, that is the icon, realize the model. We have to select the realize the model. Then when we select the realize the model, then we'll find the block name, that is the filter, and destination is current here. And there are the two options: override generated filter blocks or build model using basic elements. So we are interested in order to get the basic elements. And what will be the basic elements? Naturally, the basic elements in this filter will be the adder, multiplier, and the energy storing devices. So we will select this one here. The and optimization are selected here. In the next class, we will discuss the concept of the optimization and others. Presently, we are discussing the concept of the designing the filter and their analysis here. Then after this selection, we have to select here the realize the model. And when we select the realize the model, it will take some time in order to give the architecture of our design filter. And in this architecture, as we have discussed, that the order is 50, so the 50 energy storing elements must be there, and the 51 types must be there because the length of the filter is 51. Number of the multiplication and division we have discussed, but in the filter information, what must be the number of the addition and multiplication. And now we will see those information and those here the number of the required adder and multiplier in by the architecture. Here we will see the hardware architecture of our design filter. Yeah, it will take some time because when we select the realize the model, then from these coefficients, it will here the connect the resources, that is the computational elements, adders and multipliers in a desired manner. And desired manner is nothing but here we have selected the direct from to transposed structure. We can also change the architecture here. And for that purpose, we have to select the here the convert the architecture, and by that one we can convert the architecture here. Just see here, realization is taking place. And in order to describe the realization, we have selected the realize the model, and after selection of the realization of the model, there will be the two options. One is the override generated filter block. If we select this one, then we will get only a block that has only the input and output, and that block can be connected for to any at any place in our design for this purpose of the design filter. And but that block has no facility to describe the architecture of the design filter. That's why we have moved to the second option here, that is the build model using basic elements. And in this one, we will get here what is the architecture, what are the total numbers of the adders, multipliers, and the energy storing elements, and what are their connecting paths. And accordingly, we can also decide here the cost of the design filter here. And it will be a realized model that will be represented in the form of the block as well as in the form of the connected devices, like the connected computational devices, adders, multipliers, and energy storing devices here. See, this is the block here which we have generated. Now if we click to this one here, input and output, we can select this block and we can connect this block at any circuit or in any network. And this network has a facility of this one, that is the filter, having this filter, this one, the direct form 2 transposed order of the 50 stable filter. And now we will see the architecture of this filter here. Now see here, the architecture is something like in this manner. Here the architecture is described here in the FOS and the SOS form. Now see here, these are the adders, delay, energy storing devices, and this is the multiplier here. And these are the coefficients B0, B1, B2, B3. Now see, it starts from the B1. The coefficient is the B1, and B1 to the last one is the B51. That is the total typing required is the 51, and order is the 50, because if we count this z to power -1, these are the energy storing element, or we can say these are the delay devices. These are the 50 here. So the order of the filter will become the 50. So now if we see the architecture, then we'll find the architecture of the filter is something is here having the 3 types of the computational elements. 2 computational elements, that is the multiplier and the adder, and the third one is the energy storing devices. This is the architecture of our design filter here, and this is the input here, and having the feedback connection, we will get here the output. See, this is the architecture having FIR, that is only first section is there, A2, A3 is there at the right side. Now again coming to this filter design tool. Now see here, there is a block set quantization parameter. Here we can select, we can quantize the parameter. What is the quantization? Again, we are coming to this slide here. Here we have discussed these topics, and then we come to this one here. That is, first we have to develop the theoretical concept, then mathematical model and functional description, then architectural design. We have reached to this point here. Then after getting the architectural design, next is to decide on a realization structure, and we have decided a realization structure, that is the direct form 2 transposed structure here, and decide how the coefficients will be quantized. Next step is quantization of the coefficient. In the designing, we have computed the coefficients, and here we have to decide, we have to quantize the coefficient. Why the quantization is required? Because in order to implement our concept on a given target, according to the word length of the target, we have to quantize the coefficients here, and for that purpose we have to compute the quantized coefficients. And how the quantization will take place, the decision has to be taken on the input samples, output samples, and result of the multipliers and the result of the additions here. And quantization, during the time of the quantization, we have to select the mode, that is what is the number mode, whether it is the fixed point or the floating point, or it is the floating point when we select float, it is the user defined floating point. Our floating point having the standard IEEE 754, and it has the two types of the standard. One is the single precision and the second one is the double precision. Single precision means 32-bit and double precision means 64-bit representation here. Then in the next one, we have to select here what is the quantization type, whether we are using the seal, convergent, fixed, floor, or the round. Then we have to select here these are named as the rounding mode. First we have to select the mode, that is the number representation mode. Then we have to select the round mode, seal, convergent, fixed, floor, or the round. Then we have to select the overflow mode. Due to the quantization, overflow will take place. So we have to select whether the saturation or the high type of the mode has to be selected. Data format, the total word length is the capital N. And if we are using the fixed point number system, then small n represents the fractional number representation. And similarly for the floating point, this is the total word length and is the number of the bits that are used in order to represent the exponent. So here these are the representation of the quantization and why it is required. Now see, first of all, we have to understand the application problem. Then we have to design the algorithm according to the requirement. And then that algorithm has to be converted into the implementable form. And efficient implementable algorithm will be developed by using the another type of the process like the pipelining, parallel processing, etc. here. Then that will be implemented, and for the purpose of the implementation, suppose we have selected any target, then whatever is our code, it has to be downloaded on the target. And target is, suppose there is a processor, for example TMS320C6713 DSP processor is targeted here. Then these codes, these concepts has to be downloaded on this processor here. So according to this processor, the quantization is required here, and for that purpose we have to use here the ID. And suppose we are using the CCS Code Composer Studio. Code Composer Studio has this ID has the compiler, assembler, linker, loader. So whatever is the code, whatever is our concept, that will be converted into suppose the .c code, and .c code will be considered by the compiler. Then we will get the .sm file as input to the assembler, and output of the assembler .obj. The linkers output will become here the .out or the .bin that will be downloaded on the given target here. So this is the concept of the downloading of our algorithm, that is the designing, coding, building, and debugging and analyzing. And if there is a need of the improvement, then that modification will be done, and then that code will be downloaded on a given target here. So for that purpose, we have used here the concept of the quantization. We are coming to the quantization concept here. Now suppose this is the quantization concept, and this is the quantization button. And if we select the quantization, then we have to select here the option. The filter arithmetic has the option single precision, double precision, that is for the floating point or the fixed point. Suppose we select here the double precision. That is a 64-bit representation. And then after this one, we have to select after this. Suppose we select here the single precision or the, then we will find this is the filter one quantized, filter one reference, that is the first one, and this is the second one. We will get here a change whether we are selecting here the single precision or the double precision. We will get that here the fixed point. Now we will get here the two responses, one for the quantized and the second for the reference one here. So we can analyze this one here, and again we can see here the pole zero plot, etc. here. Now we will see the pole zero plot of this one is different than that of the previous one. So due to this one here, the pole see here, this is the quantized zero and this is the reference zero, that is the first one, and the second one is quantized pole and reference one. So here the quantized zeros and quantized poles are represented by the square and the plus. Reference zeros are the 0 and the reference poles by the cross. They have been represented here. Now see the location and positions of the quantized coefficient here. Now due to the quantization, if the poles zeros have changed their locations and positions in such a manner that they may cause the instability, the system becomes unstable, then again we have to think about the quantization of the filter here. Now again we see here the magnitude response. We are getting here the different magnitude response than that of the previous one. So after quantization, again analysis has to be here considered in order to see whether the design filter deviation is in the permissible range or it is outside of the permissible range. So in this discussion, we have discussed how any digital filter will be designed using the filter design and analysis, and we have discussed the basic concepts. And as per the given requirement, we have to derive the parameters, and then we will write the FDA tool in the MATLAB command window, and from that MATLAB command window, after writing the FDA tool, we will get a dialog box, and dialog box requires the parameters, and these parameters are nothing but those parameters which we have derived from the given requirement and decision of the making a type of the system and from our mathematical derivations. So after putting these values in the dialog box, we will design the filter, and after designing filter, next step is to analyze the design filter. After analysis, if we are getting here the perfect result, and if there is a need of the changing of the pole zero location, then accordingly we can change those pole zeros. Then we will move to the architecture in order to get the architecture of the filter, and we have also discussed how any design filter will be quantized as per the target at which we are interested to implement our design filter. So this is about the today's discussion. Thank you very much.